I'm new to the ICU. Do you have any tips? Starting in the ICU is overwhelming, scary, and just downright frightening. Many nurses have reached out to me of all walks of life wanting to know some starting tips and tricks and how-to hacks. What can you tell me to give me a leg up, because I'm brand new to the ICU? I get it from new grads, I get it from nurses who have some experience with critical care, have zero experience, even with EKG and the monitors. I got nurses going from outpatient to inpatient. The fear is the same no matter what. You're starting in a high-intensity critical care environment that requires a great deal of attention to detail. I got 5 must-haves when you're starting in the ICU. Number 1, buy yourself a notebook, a portable notebook that you can carry on your person, that you can leave at your workstation, that can be near you on your computer, or by the nurse's station that is within arm's reach, or you can step and grab. You need a notebook as your go-to resource for all the new things you're going to learn. Everything from writing down the names of all of your charge nurses and your senior staff, knowing all of your boss's names, to writing down the code to the med room, or writing down the code to get into the clean utility room. Or maybe you need to write down the code for your locker number or your locker combination. You get the point. You need a reference book for all those things that are going to cloud your brain when you're starting, because there's going to be so much information that is going to be thrown at you. Write this stuff down. You are not expected to remember everything, but you are expected to be able to find it when you need it. Whether that's on a notebook, in your phone, on the computer, you need to utilize your resources. And I always found it easy and reduced the amount of stress I had in my life when I first started, is to have something within reach. If you want to put everything on your phone, by all means go ahead, because I still do that to this day. But I always find that creating a little ICU notebook for yourself is not only going to help you when you first start in the ICU, but it is an absolutely wonderful reference to use later in your career, or if maybe you forgot something, or there's an important topic that you wanted to remember. And if you want to go so far as to creating categories, that would just give you a leg up. But one thing at a time. I'm imagining that if you do the notebook, you're going to need several notebooks, and you're going to have several versions of these notebooks. Number 2, brush up on all your skills, equipment, and books. Find every book you can that you own that has anything to do with critical care nursing. I don't care if it was from your first semester of nursing school. Dig it up, dust it off, and review. You're going to want to review everything that you can regarding critical care nursing. You also want to make sure that all of your equipment is working. Is your stethoscope up to par? Do you need to buy a new stethoscope? I honestly don't think you need to. You need a legitimate stethoscope. And when I say legitimate, you better have a stethoscope that is of moderate to high quality, because auscultating your patients in the critical care environment is, I don't want to say any more important than on any other floor, but you're going to utilize your stethoscope quite a bit. The very least is during your assessment that you're going to do an average of 3 times a day on a single patient. Yeah, you heard that right. 3 times. Remember, critical care you're going to be doing a minimum of an assessment every 4 hours, which is average 12-hour shift, do the math. But I can guarantee you're going to auscultate your patient way more times than just 3. Number 3, you need to brush up on EKGs and or your ACLS. If you don't have your ACLS, you will be getting it. If you have any reference material that has to do with EKG, 12-lead EKG, monitor strips and rhythms, and anything related to ACLS protocol, dig it up, dust it off, familiarize yourself with whatever it is you have. There are a bazillion resources out there that are the wonderful 3-letter word, free. There's a lot of free resources out there, and there's a lot of very cheap resources out there. If I can remember, I'll include it in the link to the description of this video. I have a lot of things that I've saved that I know you can find on Amazon, so stay tuned to that. Oh, and there's no reference is superior than the other, because it really has everything to do with how you learn the material, how you absorb the material, and how you can recall the material. And quite honestly, I don't really care what book you use if it's going to get you what you gotta learn. Everybody learns at a different pace. We've talked about it before. Not going to bog you down on that right now. Number 4, brush up on anything you have related to ventilators. You're in the ICU now. You're going to be messing with and troubleshooting ventilators all the time, non-stop. If ventilators scare you, get your butt in the ICU and become comfortable with it. Ventilators scared the bejesus out of me when I first started in the ICU. Every alarm and tube and everything that there was about the ventilator scared me to death. What's that? Everything scared me. Wait a minute, what's that blue? There's a yellow line. No, I see a blue waveform. There's a lot of numbers on that screen. What in the world am I looking at? Wow. Familiarize yourself with everything there is to know about ventilators. If you need to buy books, buy books. You should Velcro yourself to a respiratory therapist and any seasoned veteran that has a comfort level with ventilators. Learn everything you can about ventilators at any point in your career in the ICU. The more you know, the better armed you are to troubleshoot anything that has to do with your patient on a ventilator, because there's a lot to learn. And number 5, brush up on your time management skills. Everybody should take a good look inside yourself, self-evaluation on what you can do better with your time management skills. What do you suck at and what are you good at? This is going to be a lifelong process, but before you start in the ICU, you should recognize what your weaknesses are and share them with your preceptor and your coworkers so that you can get better at it. Time management skills are going to be one of the most important things you need to sharpen in your toolbox because of the overwhelming amount of information, time, and intervention that you're going to perform on every individual patient. And time management will matter because things change quickly in the ICU. You'll go from a controlled environment to utter chaos in a matter of 1 second. The condition of your patient will change greatly the minute you walk out of the room, the minute you go to get a medication. All you got to do is blink and your condition of your patient will change. So you got to have top-notch time management skills. And I'm pretty sure you have seen what bad time management skills look like. You do not want to be drowning every day you live in the ICU. Yes, you will suck at it at first. Get used to it. It's okay. We all did. I did. You're going to stink at this for a while. It's okay. Time management skills will develop over time. These 5 tips are just a starting point. You have a lot to learn. Take it in one day at a time. You are not expected to know everything. You are expected to learn it though. It's okay to make mistakes. Making a mistake once is expected. Making the same mistake twice is something you've done on purpose because you didn't learn it the first time. Pay attention, take notes, listen to those who have come before you, and learn your own path. You're about to have a lot of fun.